At a 4 mama crabba at the back number 1 channel, Eddie News air call, and the empire were gonna hire the airbremo. Now, a woman says, some people wanna say a bit too dry. Then we do, and we are ram say a becca, and a mamma terrasa, and that one's one call. I could see and semi cosoni the about over many minutes a bar. If you saw swat, near that come at your ma, yes, for your way. You could see semi cosoni the about over mine.
From justice ran into Ghana, ran away. He ran into Ghana, ran away. We've been hearing a lot about that on the media anyway. I've been watching for the records and we'll have a lot of time to talk about that. But let's look at these three important people. Now, it is about them that our side of the story is about. Everyone talks about somebody coming to Ghana, running away, fugitive from justice. But it's not really about him. It's about these men. Dr. Mani Boama is the Minister for Defense. Abdul Razak Osman is the National Security Coordinator. And Mubarak Muntaka is the Minister for Interior. Now, if we are going to build a country of laws, then these are the men that I'm worried about in the terms of the actions that they've taken for this fugitive from justice to run into Ghana, facilitated by these men, giving him national security protection, etc., etc. I'm going to tell you how damaging this is to the republic. You can take a political side. We all have political sides. But this is not about political sides. This is about the future of this enterprise called democracy with its attendant rule of law that we say that we are doing. And now we have people who have been elected into power by a landslide. Mani Boama appointed Minister for Defense by the president who won a landslide. Abdul Razak Usman appointed by the same president. And Mubarak Muntaka. And here they are. As it appears, they are violating a court order by bringing a fugitive from justice into Ghana and facilitating his movement around Ghana into Cape Coast near the stadium. Everything that you already know is true. Let's get to the story. All right. Now, we talked about this vehicle, isn't it? It's going to pop up. Yes. Vehicle number GE166017. It requires an RTI request, and we are going to follow up on that. We are not going to joke on some of these things because we have to build a republic. This vehicle is a national security vehicle. There's another one. Did I see another one? Yes, UE 55323. These are national security vehicles owned by you, the taxpayer, put at the disposal of a fugitive from justice. Who are we talking about? Who is the fugitive from justice? Let's go over to the High Court, where a Court of Appeal judge sitting as an additional High Court judge made this ruling. Very, very far-reaching ruling. It's as follows. In the Superior Court of Judicature in the High Court of Justice, Commercial Division, Accra, case number CR904/17, the Republic versus Eugene Bafoboni, William Matthew Tetetevi, Nana Owusu Enso, Alhaji Salihu, Mimina Osman, and George Derek Opon. This is what the case says. Warrant for the arrest of Kelvin Taylor. Now, this is what it says. Whereas the above named case is pending before the High Court, Accra. And whereas the court's attention has been drawn to a scandalous video circulating on social media in relation to this case, which video contains an extremely scandalous and prima facie contemptuous speech that scandalizes the judge, the court, and the whole administration of justice. And whereas the said scandalous video is purported to have been made by a scoundrel who styles himself as Kelvin Taylor, who is not a party to this case, and the court, finding it necessary to invoke the powers invested in it under Article 1262 of the 1992 Constitution, 1992, to proceed against the said scoundrel, Kelvin Taylor, for contempt. Now, therefore, the court orders the issuance of this arrest for the apprehension of the body of Kelvin Taylor and for him to be produced before the court to answer to the question why he should not be committed to prison for making such contemptuous statements which are totally a fabrication by him in the said video. It is hereby further ordered that this warrant is directed at the Inspector General of Police, IGP.
For anything for instance, I cost any day about our money, and I was so able to out with him. I should pass it with you, and so I had enjoyed our fancy. Now, which have a fair Eddie and Mammy, our comment section or my own tea near to us.
And the Ghana Police Service. the Bureau of National Investigations, BNI, now known as NIB, and the National Security to take appropriate steps for the apprehension and production of the said Kelvin Taylor before the court. It is further ordered that this warrant remains in force until the said Kelvin Taylor is arrested and shall lapse the day the said Kelvin Taylor expires from the surface of the earth. Given under my hand and seal of the High Court of Justice Commercial Division, Accra, this 16th day of January 2020, and is signed by Stephen Aforte, the registrar. It was given under the hand of Justice Che Bafo. Viewers, this is the story. A warrant of arrest served on somebody who is bastardizing the judiciary of Ghana, established under Article 138 of the Republican Constitution. So established that it has been such a backbone of Ghana's democracy since 1992. A fugitive from justice is one against whom a bench warrant has been issued. And the bench warrant was issued by the court. And it was served on the Ghana Police Service, the National Intelligence Bureau, NIB, and the National Security. Now, the men who oversee these things and those who were expected by the Republic to deliver the fugitive from justice are the same people who gave the guy protection to be in Ghana. Dr. Mani Boama, Minister for Defense, get ready, an RTI request is coming. Perhaps even a parliamentary question is coming. And perhaps also an allegation of contempt of court against all three men, if they were aware, unless they say they were not aware, but they were. Because this guy came to Ghana, as you have already heard, everything you heard is true, went to visit his parents near the stadium. He was driven by some Eric guy. All of the data and information has been collected. Omani Boame's soldiers were protecting the guy against whom there is a bench warrant. He should come and tell us that he doesn't know anything about it. National Security Coordinator was aware, and the security people were protecting the guy against whom there's a court bench warrant because of politics of MPP and NDC. Is that how we want to build a country? Is that how we want to build a country? A person sits down and says anything at all. When the Muntie 3 said something, which is anything at all, on radio, you saw how they ended up. If I say something, which is anything at all, I'll be hauled before the courts. We have to do responsible broadcasting because we live in a certain democracy. If you do irresponsible broadcasting in this democracy, whether you're MPP or you're NDC, you have to find your way to the courts. We saw what happened to, was it Ken Crunchy? We saw it. We saw what happened with Ayikweotu and Co. in the court. We saw it. So we live in this democracy, and therefore we are restricted by the tenets of the democracy. Somebody lives abroad, and because he's doing politics, NDC, MPP, he says anything at all. And then a court warrant is issued by a court of appeal judge, sitting as an additional high court judge, served on these institutions. And then defense minister will facilitate the arrival into Ghana, protect the person with national security, one against whom a bench warrant has been issued. That's the Ghana we want. Is that the Ghana we want? Is that the Ghana we want? So we are putting this out there. That's the bench warrant. You can go to the court and find it. That's it. That's the bench warrant. And somebody in the government, and I know him, I won't mention his name, very, very good man. He drew the attention of the government that, look, this thing you are doing is dangerous. Take the guy out. Let this guy leave. Somebody inside the government, he told them, what you are doing is very, very dangerous. Elected officials under a democracy, and you are doing this? That's what the person told them. If I have the person's permission, I'll mention his name, but I think it will take a while for me to give him that person. It's too early. But he'll tell me. I asked him, he said, no, you can't mention my name. He told them that, you bring this guy into town with national security protection. Quickly, Omani Boama was called. That the guy must leave the country now. So they shipped him out. He can't come back until he wants to face the court and explain why he should not be committed to contempt. The same question that was put before Mugabe, Akogun, Godwin and Mugabe and the group, those we call them Muntie 3. That's the same question. The same question put before Ken Crunchy when he threatened the court one way or the other. Same question. Show why you should not be committed for contempt of court. This is a serious democratic republic. This democracy has elected J.J. Rawlings, it has elected John Kufuor, it has elected John Mahama, it has elected Akufo-Addo, it has elected Professor Mills, and we are not going to let the democracy slip away. And elected officials, important people, defense minister, should be the last people to undermine the authority of the judiciary. Should be the last people. These people here should be the last people to undermine the authority of the courts of Ghana. Minister for Defense, Omani Boama, Minister for Interior, Muntaka, and National Security Coordinator. This bench warrant has been served on you people. Everybody saw it, and then they allowed United Airlines to fly the fugitive from justice into Ghana and take him to Cape Coast to go and visit his parents. If this good man I'm talking about had not said it, that hey, you people stop that, they wouldn't have shipped the guy out. Information suggests that the guy said he's looking for a political appointment, and when he gets that political appointment, he can get immunity. They discuss among themselves, and the good sounding voice I'm referring to told them that is a absolutely no-go area. Send the guy back because there's a bench warrant against him. This is a democracy. Did I say more?
And I'm going to find them doing this fair. When semi cost so any day about my name, tonight, and same with you, much I'm going to share at the show. And now, your frame, your hair, Ghanatube, and there, any day kind of win the videos. I'm not sure if I'm going to subscribe. Now, I share at the Amame. See you, dear, my crowd.